Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. We got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back.
Welcome back indeed. It is Monday, October 18th. On this day in 1950, Iran becomes the first country to receive technical assistance from the United States to win over their hearts and minds to democracy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that went well.
It went well for the Shah.
Yeah, that went very well. For some reason, you've tuned into That'll Learn Ya with its absolutely adorable host, Michael Buster McMahon.
Are you sure about that?
And hey, I am that guy, Michael Buster McMahon. I was circumcised when I was born. And I couldn't walk for almost a year afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. Joining me is my pal and producer, Peter Coles. He has his grandfather's strong backbone. It was the strangest will reading he's ever been to.
Right.
Today in the show, cool songs and great stories about them. Plus, if we have time, we'll see if you like this one. We'll talk about the mysterious disappearances in Vermont's Bennington Triangle.
Really?
Uh-huh.
By the way, my will reading came out with a nice coat hanger.
Nice. Okay. But we probably won't have time to do that thing that I was just interrupted about.
I've heard about that.
Okay. Good. I figured you would have. So sit back, relax, and remember, Christmas is a lot like your job. You do all the work, and some fat guy in a suit gets all the credit.
Sure. Not this year. There's too many container ships in the port of Los Angeles.
It looks like your trip went well. You were on a little mini trip.
Yeah, 5 days in Las Vegas.
Very nice.
Yes.
And you do it again?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was fun. There's places we didn't get to see in 5 days, so the next time we go back, there's places we've already seen. So, you kind of, there's a lot of stuff in Nashville.
What was the best food that you had there?
A place called Manel's, probably. It
wasn't really necessarily the name of the restaurant. Like, what was the food?
So it's all Southern cuisine.
All right.
It was in an old house, and you sat family style, and they brought out a number of portions of food, kind of like bringing the buffet to you.
Gotcha.
It was quite good.
Cool. Nice. Well, hey, welcome back. It's good that you got a little recharged a bit.
I wish I'd gone there in the summertime, though, because we found a great bar by where we stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Sports bar. Big, huge, big screen TVs, 3 of them, and all kinds of smaller TVs around the bar. But it overlooks the minor league ballpark, but it's not connected.
Oh, nice.
It's not connected to the ballpark.
Huh.
It's a separate building. But you can go sit on the patio and watch a minor league game during the summer.
Wow, that would be cool. What's that? Would that be the Sounds?
Yes. I think that's the name of the team.
The Nashville Sounds. Look at that. I nailed it.
And it's called First and Home, I think it's called. Or Third and Home. Third and Home, because it's on the third base side.
Gotcha. Cool.
We ended up watching the Red Sox 13-inning marathon game up at the sports bar.
Yes. I can't wait. And I worked all night, and I'm kind of tired because, I cut into my sleep yesterday to watch the Patriots game. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go home, take a nap, get up in time for the Red Sox game. Because, as you know, people who are new to the show, I hate my job, but it comes with a 7 nights on, 7 nights off schedule. And last night, what was it, Peter?
Your first night on.
Well, last night was night number 7.
Oh, okay.
So, see, I'm very, very happy now because I am done.
Oh, you're off for a week.
When I'm done with this radio show, I'm going to go home, take a nice nap.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'll eat. Maybe I won't. You know what I'm going to do? I'm off. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. If I feel like eating, I'm going to eat. If I feel like sleeping, I'm going to sleep. You know what? If I have to pee, I'm going to go pee. I'm a free man.
Yeah, until you get home. Your wife's home, right?
The wife's home, yeah.
You're not a free man.
No, I mean, it's not like... yes, she frowns on me bringing, hookers and heroin over. Something like that. I think she'd put her foot down. But
I think most of society would frown on you for bringing hookers and heroin over.
Yeah, I probably do. So, yes, there's some boundaries I do have, but, for the most part, because I'm writing. You remember when George Delisle wanted me to write a Western how many years ago?
Yes.
Well, it's almost finished. Well, because there was no impetus because basically that whole project was canceled. So there was no pressure on me to finish it. And I said, well, someday I will finish it. And I've kind of gone back, and it's called Blackstone. And it kind of mixes a horror and Western into the same genre. So it's kind of...
I'll tell George when it's ready.
Tell George that it's ready.
We can do it.
And we have good news in the next block. You know what we're going to be playing?
What's that?
You know how the musical that Aaron and I have written, we needed 2 new songs. Well, we solved one of the problems.
Okay.
And we're going to play that song a song that's been attached to the musical with a little bit of rewrite, and it's all going to fit very, very nicely. So we just need one more song, and then it's done, and then I can make space on my mantle for a Tony Award. It's pretty much that easy.
Yeah, sure.
This is look. I know I'm biased, but I think this. I think this is great. I think this show is some of these people are gonna like this show when they see it. I mean, I may be wrong, and I hope people in the listening audience.
I believe
will
you.
go see it because obviously, it's not going to start on Broadway. It's going to have to start in in the minor leagues, and so I hope people come out and support it.
You should see if you could get the Majestic to start it.
Possibly, but I mean, right now we're talking. There was a theater in White Plains that was interested in it, and White Plains is a lot closer to Broadway than the Majestic. Majestic does fantastic stuff. I don't know if Majestic can fit everything we want to do, but we can certainly try. We certainly won't say no.
Well, there's plenty of theaters around here that have launched stuff to Broadway.
Yep.
So
Hartford
Stage, Theater Works, Berkshire Theater Company, now there's a Billy Crystal, Mr. Saturday Night.
I know. I'm one of the people that loved that movie. A lot of people don't like that movie. Maybe you need to be a comedian, or maybe
I actually like that movie.
I love that movie.
It was a tragedy and a comedy.
Yeah, my college girlfriend and I, we were both stand-up comedians. We went to see the movie, and we're sitting there laughing, and we're the only ones in the theater laughing, and we're like, what is the matter with you people?
So Billy Crystal.
I know.
Rewrote it.
I'm well aware of this. I wanted to go. It's like $100, and
you should have talked to Mark Auerbach. He probably could have got you tickets.
Yeah.
We interviewed his co-star.
Oh. Which one? David Paymer?
No.
Oh.
Hold on.
Huh?
Let me look here. Mr. Let me look on the...
In the meantime.
Alicia Umphris.
Okay. And what part is she playing? Is she playing the wife, the daughter, or the agent?
I can't remember.
Okay,
but she's a lead, so.
All right. Well, she's playing one. Maybe she's playing all three.
No, I don't think so. She's probably playing the wife. I think the wife was the lead, wasn't it?
Well, the agent, pretty big too. Helen Hunt. She had a pretty big part in the movie too.
Okay.
Julie Warner played the wife. What happened to Julie Warner? She was adorable. Remember she was in Tommy.
Alicia Umphris is adorable, so she might be
Maybe.
the wife.
She was playing. She was in Tommy Boy. Remember Julie Warner?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to her?
Don't know.
She did a couple movies and
she got out of the business.
Maybe. Let's have her on the show.
Go talk to her people.
Anyway.
Hey, listen. You keep throwing these names out there and you never follow up. So shame on you.
This is what we do. We don't just point fingers at each other. And
sometimes this is what we do.
Sometimes we do. And Gab, we play music and we tell you the really cool stories behind them. We've got some new music coming too. We've got a brand new release. How about that? A little bit later in the show. And as I said, we're making the debut on the show. The song from Act 1, Scene 3 of our musical, which is so close to being completed. But you know what we got to do? It's going to be a pain in the neck. We got to do the orchestration. It's one thing to have the songs, but then you have to write out all the orchestration for all the. That's gonna take some time.
Gotcha.
That's not going to be fun. Fortunately, that's not my job. I have nothing to do with the music part. Although I did write the lyrics to one of the songs. But anyway, we are gabbing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start off with little ZZ Top. Now, this was the name of the song was named after a whorehouse that everyone knew existed, and the law just sort of tolerated it being open. But with this song, and also too, it being the inspiration for the play and movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, suddenly it got a lot of attention. And sometimes advertising is not the best thing to do. Because now all this attention was on it, people start saying, well, why is this thing legal? It's not even supposed to be in existence.
Right.
So, yeah, it kind of had to shut down because it got so much attention thanks to this song and, the play. And I don't know if Dolly Parton starred in the play. I know she starred in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's adorable, too. We should have Dolly Parton on the show. If you could have Dolly Parton or Julie Warner, who are you picking to be on the show?
Probably Julie Warner. Dolly Parton's kind of trippy.
Really? I think Julie Warner would probably be easier to get on the show.
I don't know. Dolly's been doing a lot of stuff lately, so.
Yeah, so I'm saying she's busy. Julie Warner, probably not so busy. Anyway, here is LaGrange by ZZ Top. 89.5 WSKB.
Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. That way, sir. Well, here it's fine if you got the time and the time to get yourself in. And here is time almost every night. But now I might be mistaken.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Do that to me one more time. I can never get
Tony Tennille and Daryl Dragon. They're known as Captain Tennille. How come we've never played that song before?
I don't know.
I like that song.
It's your show.
It's pretty. It's a pretty song.
Yeah.
You think it's sappy, right?
No.
She's naughty. She's talking
This
about
is Mellotron.
Yeah, so they left A&M Records, and they started with this new company, and Neil Sedaka wrote a lot of their previous hits, and I guess maybe Neil Sedaka wasn't authorized to write for the new record company. So Tony Tennille wrote that one herself, and she was very self-conscious about it. She didn't think it was any good at all, and they played it for the new record president, and he went crazy. He's like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "This is great," and she's like, and he's like, "This is gonna be a very big hit," and she's like, "I don't know," and he was right. She should trust him. He's a record president. He didn't get that by lottery.
Good point.
Yeah, he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah,
it was a big hit. I like that commercial. Remember the commercials for like a cell phone company? Like if you can't hear something, the football guy said, put in the backup for O'Neill. But, it broke up, so he thought he said bring in Captain and Tennille. And so he brought Captain Tennille onto the football field.
Never saw that one.
Nope. They broke up.
Can you hear me now?
They broke up. They were together forever.
Yeah. Were they a couple? No, they were.
Yeah, no, they were a couple forever.
Oh.
And they split up, I don't know, but like 5 years ago. Love did not keep them together. Sad. Anyway, so I've been mentioning my musical before. I'm very proud of it. It's my creation. It's my opus of I love the plays that I write. I'm very proud of my plays.
Okay, Mr. Holland.
It's my but I mean this Can't You Bury These Tales is going to be what I'm hoping will be the first line of my obituary. I'm hoping the first line is 122-year-old man dies. That would be kind of cool. But I'm hoping that they said the co-creator of the musical Can't You Bury These Tales, the Tony Award-winning musical of 2025, maybe 2026. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to Broadway, but anyway, so so we've shoehorned this song into the show. It makes perfect sense. The guy is hiring in this scene. He's hiring a witch doctor to try to win his girl over, and his best friend's girl says, "You know what? It's kind of extreme. Maybe you should try being a bad guy for a bit." And he's like, "Why?" She's like, "Because the object of your desires had an easy life, and she is going to like a challenge of taking a bad guy and trying to make him nice." So for this song, he tries to put on the little bad guy persona, and then by the end of it, they realize it's not going to work, so they're going to get the love potion. So this version of the song is Aaron singing it, but in the musical, you're going to have 3 different voices. You're going to have the girl, the best friend, and the lead character singing it, and it's going to have a little more of a harder guitar intro. It's not like Bad to the Bone, but akin to that Bad to the Bone in the beginning. So here is a song by the local band, Massachusetts band. We're covering our act there.
There you go.
Max Tone. Here's Blissfully Ignorant, 89.5 WSKB.
Have you seen this man coming through your town? He may seem harmless, but you better watch out, for he's a closet menace. There's something ain't right. Last seen in Nashville, getting drunk on a Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm that guy. Did you take a good look at me? I'm so sorry if you did, but you never had to see me again.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Was just a gigantic album. And of course, the record company basically wanted Rumors 2. And Lindsey Buckingham says, no. We're going to go in a whole different direction. And this was one of the things he had in his mind, but he couldn't quite get it right. So Mick Fleetwood, he was in Europe or something, and he's like, hey, what if we get like a marching band to do the song? Like, that would kind of work. And everyone's like, well, that sounds kind of weird. Where are we going to get a marching band? Like, well, we're Fleetwood Mac. We can pretty much ask for anything, and, it's going to be within our budget. And so the problem that they had was, like, it was summer. So they asked USC would, and they're like, wow, everyone's sort of like graduating and gone home. But these are college kids. Like, everybody had the album Rumors. Are you kidding me? Like, 80% of the band said,
Put out a call?
Yeah, you mean Fleetwood Mac wants us on their record? It set a record for a number of musicians on a top 40 hit. And so they went out there and in Dodger Stadium. And if you've seen the video, John McVeigh and Lindsey Buckingham were fighting at the time, so John McVeigh didn't show up. So you'll see Mick Fleetwood will walk around with a cardboard cutout of John McVeigh so he could be in the video. And they actually were surprised. Stevie Nicks picked up a baton, and she started twirling it pretty well. And the other band members were like, oh, that's really cool. She's like, well, yeah, I can do this. And so she's in the video. Now, of course, Stevie Nicks never liked the title Tusk, which became the name of the album that was released after Rumors. And she's like, well, Tusk, it makes me think of like the illegal elephant trade. Like, what's Tusk? And, Mick Fleetwood said, well, it's kind of like, it's slang for a male organ. And she's like, for God's sakes, I hate this title even more now. But, of course, she was outvoted. And I'm sure she was annoyed that the whole album was called Tusk. But, damn catchy little song.
Apparently, Mick Fleetwood has a nice little restaurant out in Hawaii now.
Really?
Yes. It's been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives a couple of times.
What island?
I think it's on the Big Island.
Wow. Well, I don't know what's in our budget, but can we do a field trip?
If you're paying, sure.
No, the studio budget. I'm asking, you have access to the budget, right?
I can't even get around the block.
But yeah, it was definitely different than Rumors. It did not sell as well as Rumors, of course, but what was going to sell as good as Rumors, Did we really want a carbon copy of Rumors? Did we?
No, you don't want that.
We wanted something a little bit different. And Tusk was a double album, which was a tough sell, too, because at the time, a double album was like $15, which was a lot of money for an album. So that hurt the sales, too. It eventually went platinum, though, of course, and it got recognition. It's Mick Fleetwood's favorite Fleetwood Mac album, actually.
Yeah, it's on the island of Maui.
Oh yeah, I've been to Maui.
You have?
Yes, I have.
Really?
It's the most Hawaiian of all the. It's the most native of all the islands.
It's called Fleetwood's on Front Street.
Well, darn. Well, I don't know if it was around when I went there, but
how long ago did you go there?
2003.
I think it's only been open since 2006.
Okay, see, so there's my excuse for not going to it.
Yeah.
Did you?
He regularly performs there. So.
Oh, that is cool.
Because apparently he lives like right around the corner.
As he should. You're rich. He should live somewhere really, really nice. So, did you like the new song?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting a front row seat in the musical, so make sure you don't have plans that night.
Why, thank you.
Where am I?
I'll make sure you get promos time on Artsbeat.
Oh, God. So, yes, we have connections there, right? Yeah, because it's only fair. I had him on my show. He can have me on his
exactly.
show. Works out pretty well. Yeah. This song says one of the great false endings of a song ever. You think the song is over, And then Levi Stubbs just yells, "Bernadette!" Again, one more time. It's one of the great little. In fact, I
You
think
gave it away.
I think it makes it very, very memorable. You know what was great about Levi Stubbs was he never wanted to overshadow the other Four Tops. He was offered acting jobs. I think he was supposed to be in the Lady Sings the Blues, but he's like, no, I don't want it to become Levi Stubbs and the three other Tops. He goes, where the Four Tops were all equal. In fact, once he was finally convinced to, be Little Shop of Horrors, the voice of Audrey 2, he couldn't say no to that. He's like, that sounds like a lot of fun. I want to do that. But he insisted, like, if you look at the credits, it says Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops. He never wanted to overshadow the others. Now, of course, this song was written by Holland Dozier Holland, which I think we do a song by them almost every week, I think.
You're infatuated with them. I get it.
But how could you not? I mean, look at the body of work. But they all had an agreement with each other that we'll never write a song. If we ever use a girl's name, we're never going to write a song about somebody. So one of them sort of suggests the name Bernadette because it's multi-syllable and it fit. And the other two, see, they all secretly had a girl that they were infatuated with named Bernadette, which seems unusual because it's not that common of a name. I could see like if it was a Sarah or Michelle or something. So they all kind of wrote this song secretly without telling the others that they were dishonoring the agreement and writing lyrics about this girl from their past. It would have been cool if it was the same girl, but it wasn't. It was three different girls. Later on, they found out about it, and they were all like, well, you did it too, so what are you going to do? Here's the Four Tops and Bernadette! 89.5 WSKB.
People are searching for the kind of love that we possessed. Some go on searching their whole life through and never find the love I found in you. And when I speak of you, I see envy in other men's eyes, and I'm well aware of what's on their minds. They pretend to be my friend when all the time they long to persuade you from my side. They give the world and all their own for just one moment. We have no Bernadette. They want you because of the pride that it gives. But Bernadette, I want you because I need you to live. But while I live, only to hold you. Some other men, they long to control you. But how can they control you, Bernadette, when they cannot control themselves? Bernadette, from wanting you, needing you, but darling, you belong to me. I tell the world, you belong to me. I tell the world, you're the soul of me. I tell the world, you're a part of me, Bernadette. In your arms I find the kind of peace of mind the world is searching for. But you give me the joy this heart of mine has always been longing for. In you I have what other men long for. All men need someone to worship and adore. That's why I treasure you and place you high above. For the only joy in life is to be loved. So whatever you do, Bernadette, keep on loving me. Bernadette, keep on needing me. Bernadette. Bernadette, you're the soul of me, more than a dream. You're the prayer to me, and Bernadette, you mean more to me than a woman was ever meant to be.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes and Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise. all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
When lights go down, I see no reason for you to cry. We've been through this before, in every time, in every season. God knows I've tried, so please don't ask for more. Can't you see it in my eyes? This might be our last goodbye. Carry, things they change, my friend. Oh, maybe we'll meet again somewhere again. I read your mind with no intention of being unkind. I wish I could explain. It all takes time, whole lot of patience. If it's a crime, how come I feel no pain? Can't you see it in my eyes? This might be our last goodbye. Carry, oh, things they change, my friend. Oh, carry, maybe we'll meet again. Can't you see it in my eyes? This might be our last goodbye. Oh, carry, oh, things they change. Carry, maybe we'll meet again. Oh, somewhere again. When lights go down,
That's got to be on the list of power ballads of all time, too, right? You think?
Yeah, I guess so.
Carrie by Europe. Now, the last time we found that there was kind of a Bernadette. So was there a Carrie? What do you
I
think?
see what you're doing here.
Yeah, do you think there was a Carrie?
Sure.
No. They just needed a
name?
They needed a name, and they kind of needed a multi-syllable one. And even though Carrie is 2 syllables, the way they sing it, don't they? They kind of turned it into 3, didn't they? Carrie. They kind of got a 3rd syllable out of that there. It sounded like an every girl, Carrie. Was just a regular name. I dated a Carrie for a while.
Did you really?
I call her an ex-girlfriend. She never held the title, but we were together for a long time. And guess what?
Why'd she hold the title?
Why didn't she hold the title?
Why did she hold the title?
She didn't hold the title.
Oh.
She never held the title of girlfriend. I call her an ex-girlfriend. She calls me an ex-boyfriend, but we never held that title. But guess what?
What?
She and my wife, they're like besties.
Really?
Yeah, you know how the wife went on a girls' cruise last week?
Yes.
Yeah, she bunked with Carrie, my ex-girlfriend.
Sort of.
Yes. So that's cool.
All right.
So, Carrie, will we meet again? Yes, I will meet Carrie again, to answer that question. Here's have you ever really, really opposed something and then realized that you couldn't do anything about it or come up with a better solution? No, did I lose you?
Yeah, sorry, I was just dealing with something.
All right. Like, you totally oppose to something, and then people say, all right, well, then come up with, a better solution, and then you realize that you realize that you can't.
Right, yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Been there, yeah.
Yeah. So Michelle Phillips came up with this line about going inside a church. And John Phillips had bad memories of a kid being in church, and he's like, absolutely not. No, change that lyric. And like, well, it sounds kind of good. He's like, nope, I absolutely refuse. And they're like, all right, well, the rest of the band said, we'll come up with something different. He's like, you know what? Fine, I will. But he never did. So he's like, all right, just fine, leave it in. But he wasn't happy about it. But you know what? I think it works. Here's the Mama and the Papas, California Dreaming, 89.5 WSKB.
Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees, and I pretend to pray. You know the preacher like the cold. He knows I'm gonna stay.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
That's Wolfgang Van Halen's favorite song that his dad did with Sammy Hagar. Did you know- yeah. Van Halen. Now, Van Halen didn't want to make any videos for the 5150 album, their very first one with Sammy Hagar. I don't know why, but I'm guessing it's because, David Lee Roth kept pushing videos. In fact, he wanted to make a movie, and the rest of the band had no interest in that. So maybe that was just their sort of way of flushing the memory of David Lee Roth out. Like, we're not gonna do a video for. But the record company knew that videos were a good thing to do. So you remember what they did?
Yep, they used the Blue Angels.
They used the Blue Angels, and you know what? People loved it. They put that on MTV, and it was a highly requested
that was
video.
huge, yeah.
And not only that, it worked out well for the Navy, too, because the Navy used it as a recruiting tool.
It was a free promo.
Yeah, it was a free promo. It worked out well for everyone. The band didn't have to make a video. The song got plenty of airplay on MTV, and the Navy got a promotional video out of it.
It was the perfect song for the perfect video, because they really didn't have to shoot anything new.
Nope.
It was all stock footage.
Yep. It worked out pretty well. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Van Halen Dreams. You can find it pretty much. It proved to be pretty popular.
Yeah.
My guess is this is going to prove to be pretty popular too. I think right now Adele could burp on a record, right? And it'd do pretty well.
Yeah, she has. It's been a couple of years since she released an album.
It's been a couple of years. It's been like 5 years. And we've missed her. I'm a little smitten with her. She's got a great voice. Of course.
Didn't she blow out her voice or something? She had to get something repaired?
Something like that, yeah. I think... but she sounds okay here.
Yeah.
So this is her new song from her new album called 30, and it's called Easy on Me. Now, it's a very personal song. It's a plea and explanation to her son for breaking up her marriage to his father. She said she tried to put him and their son first, but with both her and her hubby being stuck in their ways, she decided she had to look out for herself. And she goes, and this is their song.
I can understand that.
Now, I certainly you write from personal experience, but holy crap! I mean, this is pretty specific. I mean, that's got to be tough to do. It's going to be. My guess is it's going to be a while before maybe she can sing this in concert, right? I mean, don't you think that'd be kind of emotional to sing in concert?
It depends. If that's part of your catharsis, then it's not. I'm using big words again.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. Well, you're showing off that Catholic education of yours.
Correct, yes.
Yes, there you go. So here's Adele's... Look at this. We're playing a song from 2021. How about that? My...
Shocker.
My car's middle name is Adele. Do you know that?
Yes, I remember you saying that.
Charlotte Adele Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Here's Adele. Easy on Me. 89.5 WSKB.
There ain't no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence, baby. Let me in. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some love is just a lie of the heart. The core remains of what began with a passionate start. And they may not want it to end, but it will. It's just a question of when. I've lived long enough to have learned. The closer you get to the fire, the more you get burned. But that won't happen to us, 'cause it's always been a matter of trust. I know you're an emotional girl. It took a lot for you to not lose your faith in this world. But I can't offer you proof, but you're gonna face a moment of truth. It's hard when you're always afraid. You just recover when another belief is betrayed. So break my heart if you must. It's a matter of trust. You can't go the distance with too much resistance. I know you have doubts, but for God's sake, don't shut me out. This time you got nothing to lose. You can take it, you can leave it, whatever you choose. I won't hold back anything, and I'll walk away a fool or a king. Some love is just a lie of the mind. It's make-believe until it's only a matter of time. And some might have learned to adjust, but then it never was a matter of trust. I'm sure you're aware now, we both had our share of believing too long, when the whole situation was wrong. Some love is just a lie of the soul, a constant battle for the ultimate state of control. After you've heard lie upon lie, there can hardly be a question of why. Some love is just a lie of the heart. The core remains of what began with a passionate start. But that can't happen to us, 'cause it's always been a matter of trust. It's a matter of trust. It's always been a matter of trust. It's a matter of trust.
The Guitar Man. The Piano Man picked up the guitar for that one. Now, of course, a lot of people think of Uptown Girl is the ultimate Valentine to Christy Brinkley, but no, that song was written about Elle Macpherson. People don't realize that. To me, I consider this his ballad to. It wasn't even a ballad, but it was about Christy Brinkley, how they both had difficult relationships, but they were going to last.
And they didn't.
Nope, they didn't last.
Of course, his daughter's pretty talented too.
And that's the first we got to look at her in that video. You remember?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Christy Brinkley came in to the studio as they were doing the song. And little Alexa Ray's right there.
And now she's a singer.
Yes, she's a singer. So
pretty talented out in Long Island.
So Billy, and you know what? You can hear this. He said he tried to sing the song like Robert Palmer. He
Yeah.
goes, yeah. You can totally hear it too. So forms of love that can lie to your heart, mind, and soul came from Sam Shepard's play, A Lie of the Mind. So that's where he got the idea from that. That one hurt me singing. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
I'll fill.
I like that one. That's from I think it's from The Bridge. It's like really one of the only things memorable from that album. I think the Ray Charles one was on there too. So
Okay.
So that was cool. So Matt Lane got a writing credit on every single song on this Def Leppard album because basically the band felt he was so instrumental in getting the sound right. They voted to give him a songwriting credit on every single song. Pretty cool. So
now he's loaded.
Yes, well, he was doing okay anyway. Unless I don't know how much money he had to give Shania Twain, or if she had to give him money, but it was his fault. So I mean, she shouldn't have to give him any money. Are you eating?
Yeah, having a cookie.
What kind of cookie?
Lavender shortbread with lemon glaze.
That sounds good. Sounds like it'll make you thirsty though. You got something to drink?
Sweet Sam Bakes.
Sounds like it'll make you thirsty though.
I have my official Channel 15 mug.
How come I don't have a Channel Official 15 mug?
Because I paid for it out of my own pocket. Would you like to buy one? No,
I think the on-air talent should be given one. Personally, that's just my opinion.
This didn't come out of my budget. This came out of my pocket.
All right, I'm just saying. I got 1 million cups. I don't necessarily need to purchase another cup, but I'm saying it'd be kind of cool if the station provided me with one. But that's fine.
That'd be me providing you with one. I may have one kicking around. Who knows?
All right. So
don't piss me off.
So the video features a girl who looks a lot like Marilyn Monroe, and sometimes the band would dedicate the song to her memory in concert. So people really started thinking that the song was about Marilyn Monroe, and that was just something that they sort of manufactured afterwards to get publicity for it. It was never written for Marilyn Monroe, but they enjoyed the story afterwards. So
gotcha.
Hey, why
if
not?
you come in here during the break, you can have a cookie.
Oh, okay. All right, here's Def Leppard and Photograph, 89.5 WSKB.
Too much, you're the only one.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Tracy, when I'm with you, something you do bounces me off the ceiling. Tracy, day after day, when you're this way, I get a loving feeling. Come with me, don't say no, hold me close. Tracy, never let go. Tracy, you're gonna be happy with me. I'll build a world around you, filled with love every way. And when you're there, you'll be so glad I found you. Come with me, don't say no, hold me close. Tracy, never, never, ever let me go. Come with me, don't say no, hold me close. Tracy, never, never, ever let me go. Tracy, never let me go. Tracy, never let me go.
Now, if I gave you a list of named everybody who had 2 top 10 hits at the same time, you'd know all of them, right?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
You'd say, "Oh yeah, okay, I've heard of that person." Like if I named you 10 and slipped in a fake one, you'd be able to pick out the fake name, don't you think?
Maybe, but
All right.
I don't know. I'm not good at that kind of a game.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
But anyway, so what I'm saying here is Ron Dante would never get recognized because contractually he was not allowed to tell people that he was doing. He was the lead singer of the Archies, Sugar Sugar, which was in the top 10, and this song as the Cufflinks. There were no such band as the Cufflinks. That was him just recorded 15 times to make it sound like a whole bunch of people. Due to the contract stuff, he wasn't allowed to...
So he had a solo project.
Well, he had 2 hits in the top 10 at the same time. One as the Archies and one as the Cufflinks.
Gotcha.
That poor guy. I mean, he probably did okay for himself. He probably made some money out of the deal.
Yeah.
But, there's no such band as the Cufflinks. But so
Sure there was. We just listened to them.
This is an upbeat love song, right?
I guess.
No, I mean you'd say, yeah, of course it is, right?
It's more poppy.
Okay, but it's an upbeat love song, right?
Sure.
Just play along.
Sure.
No, Peter, you'd be wrong. It's not. It's about being with somebody literally as the world ends, about melting with them as the bomb goes off. It's actually a very dark and twisted song. Kind of weird. And I never understood the time the lyric, never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. Mesh and Lace was the name of the band's first album, and they were sort of giving tribute to it. So here's Modern English with such an upbeat little love song, I'll Melt With You, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at Rockies.com. www.artsbeat.com.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtsBeat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do, 'cause somewhere in the crowd there's you.
Jeez, I haven't heard that song in probably like 30 years. I kind of remembered half the lyrics.
You know, if you'd give me more time and, you give me your songs right before the show, I would have cut out some clips from the movie Super Troopers.
But that's not what the song's about. Now,
I know, but it would have been
do you
nice.
Do you know what a Super Trooper is? Of course you do, right? You're part of the visual and light club, right? And
yeah.
What's a Super Trooper? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
No, it's the type of spotlight.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very sweet song. It's a type of spotlight for concerts, which makes the lyric "Super Trooper Lights Are Gonna Find Me" makes a lot more sense. So now the band had already decided to call the album Super Trooper in honor of, because they were touring a lot, and they needed one more song for the album, and they kind of came up with this upbeat, thing, and they said, well, why don't we don't have a song called Super Trooper? Why don't we call it Super Trooper and write that? And it did. Boom.
There you go.
It works. Pay attention. Inspiration is all around.
That is true. There's yeah, exactly.
I've been kind of humming this tune for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think I've heard it in a while. And it was a pretty big hit everywhere except in their home country of England. And just pure bad luck. Because as back then, radio play was a big thing, but the big thing was that drove sales were like, selling the little 45s. Well, the company that made the 45s for this particular record company, they were on strike for 4 weeks. And those 4 weeks just happened to be when the song was the hottest. And you lose 4 weeks.
That's it. You're done.
Yeah. It's so it was not a hit in this country, and it wasn't anybody's fault. It got plenty of radio play, but it didn't get any sales because of the stupid strike. So what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just get sometimes what? Sometimes you get dealt a 10 when you have a 12, right?
Yep.
Sometimes you double down 11 and you get a 3.
Yep.
Thank you very much, life. Anyway, here's Sniffing the Tears and Driver's Seat, 89.5 WSKB.
Doing alright, a little jiving on a Saturday night.
programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? And love is my way to break the day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Love is a losing game, and love can be a shame. I know of a fool you see, so that fool is me. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do birds sing so gay? And love is my way to break the day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Why does my heart skip a crazy beat? For I know it will reach the beat. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do fools fall in love?
Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. Now, he was only 13 years old when he recorded that, and he didn't really know what the record company was going to do with it, and I guess they kind of forgot to tell him that it was going to get released. So now one of the other teenagers in the band, he's in school, and he hears a classmate singing the song. He's like, where'd you hear that? He goes, oh, it's on the radio. It's kind of catchy. He's like, well, that's my band. Uh-huh. No, it's my band. I'm in that band. That's our band with my friend Frankie. And the guy's like, uh-huh. I mean, you're not going to believe the kid, right? But
Well, you never know.
I think I would be a little skeptical.
Yeah.
You know.
You'd have to prove it.
Yeah, you got to give me a little more proof here. I mean, than just saying that that's you on the record. But they should probably have given some notice to the kids that the song was getting released.
Yep.
So now this song.
Hey, before you move on to the next one. We're officially getting old.
Yeah.
There's now a Star Trek: The Next Generation slot machine.
Yep.
That means we're officially getting old.
Yeah, I guess so. Are you gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm not a big slot guy.
No, slots are horrible. Get off slots.
The women I'm usually with, it doesn't matter who, are very good at slots, win lots of money. Nothing.
I'll teach you blackjack. Yeah, then you can be happy and profitable like me.
I don't have time for that.
Who's got time for anything? That's crazy. Who's got time to write a musical? That's crazy.
You do.
Well, I don't know if I have time to do it. I kind of squeezed it in.
Well, you did.
So this song was a hit, and then a couple of years later, suspiciously, the Doors had a song that sounded a little like it, called "Hello, I Love You," And the Kinks record company was so mad, and they wanted to go out and sue. And the band was like, nah, we're good. It's fine. No, we're okay. And the record company, they smell money, but they really couldn't sue without the Kinks' permission. But the Kinks were like, no, we're good. We're fine. We're okay with it. Whatever. The record company was so mad. I don't know. I think they do sound a little like. The song Hello, I Love You by The Doors?
Sure.
All right, so listen to this song.
Why don't you play these songs back to back when you have a controversy like this?
Maybe someday. Maybe we'll do that someday. Here's because I didn't want to hear the song twice. Here's All Day and All the Night by the Kinks, which came first in 9.5 WSKB.
Rock bands will come, rock bands will go. But rock and roll's gonna go on forever! All day and all the I'm not content to be with you in the daytime. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day, the nighttime you're sleeping never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day, nighttime you're sleeping never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine, feeling all the bumpers, always playing clean, plays by intuition, the digit counters fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. A pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. How do you think he does? I don't know. What makes him so good? Ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzes and bells. Don't see no lights flashing, plays by sense of smell. Always gets the replay, never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. I thought I was somebody table king, but I just handed my pinball crown to him. Even on my favorite table, he can't beat my best. His disciples needed him, and he just does the rest. He's got crazy flipper fingers, never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
There we go. Stop bothering the on-air talent there, Kenny. Here. So now, this was the last song written for Tommy the Musical. Apparently, you know, when you're writing a musical, the last song is the toughest, right?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Wouldn't you know? Yeah.
Pete Townsend wrote it when he found out there was a rock critic going to come by and listen to what they had put together. And Pete Townsend doesn't usually... Yeah, he was nervous this time because Tommy, it meant a lot to him. And he really wanted this thing to fly very well. Now, he knew the critic liked pinball. So the last song he wrote was about pinball, and of course it became a pretty big part of the opera once the rock critic went crazy for it and told everyone, hey, watch out for this thing's coming. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what you got to do. And holy crap, we're almost out of time. Look at this here.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I was talking to Kenny here, and now my notes are all... okay. So in retrospect, Billy Idol wasn't particularly proud of this song. In fact, if you go to a Billy Idol concert, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if you do go, a lot of times at these lyrics that say he changes the lyrics of if it's easy, I know how to please me, to it's cheesy. This song is so cheesy. But you know what? The money was
probably
good.
sang it at the Big E.
That's right. He was at the Big E, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah. Did you go see him?
No.
No. Okay. I bet you if anybody heard that, let me know. Here is Rock the Cradle of Love, Billy Idol, 89.5 WSKB.
rock the cradle of love, sent from heaven above. That's right, she rocked the cradle of love. Rock the cradle of love, yeah, cradle of love. That's me, mama, all of the devil of love. All right, cradle of love. Tonight, you might see. All right, if you are peaceful tonight, then let me easy. Yeah, cradle of love, yeah, cradle of love. All right, I'll stand you right from salvation, soul, yeah, wow.
That's the show. Hopefully you learned something there. I am Michael Buster McMahon. Drink your milk. Look both ways before crossing the street. And never, ever give up your dreams. That's my pal and producer in there, Peter Coles. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
We always like to end with something kind of cool and something fun. And this, of course, is a theme to a popular sitcom. Now, when this guy was contacted, somebody liked his work on a musical, but no one cared much for his first few attempts when he suggested, sent some songs. So he was kind of depressed. So he went to a bar, and he was just sitting there all depressed, drinking. And he goes, you know what? Sometimes you just want to go out to the bar. Sometimes you just want to go. And he's like, that could be a line. And, of course, the follow-up line right behind them, that got him in the right direction. Sometimes you want to go where everyone knows your name. Here's Gary Portnoy and the theme to Cheers, the real version of the song, which, of course, got cut up for the thing. We're here next week, right?
As far as I know.
Cool. Go Red Sox. The playoffs are tonight. I'm going to go take a long nap and then get up in time for that. Here's Gary Portnoy. We'll see you next week. Mwah!
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright. And your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows